job if my boss knew she'd fire me. That's fine, the New York Times would beg to hire me. Till then I'd log alone. Blah, 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 blah.
I think the problem is Republicans historically have had a tough time talking about health care because if you're inside the industry, it's you know, you're typically, like in our case, we have a very small portion of our reimbursement in our urgent care companies tied to Medicare and Medicaid. So if you're inside the industry, it's tough. It's tough to come up and question what's going on, because if you're in the hospital business, you're at least 50% probably Medicare and Medicaid. So I think it makes it tough for the industry who is dealing with this to come and complain. We've had very good reception from the Republicans, but our goal is to build a grassroots organization where we educate Americans. We just put out a press release that says 60% of Americans don't believe that we should be allocating money to healthcare overhaul before we know what the bill is. As I mean, every week and every day we have more and more Republicans that we're talking to and that support us. And you can see it in the discussions now.
If you think about it, if Congress can destroy the sovereignty of the states and individual freedom by statute, we can restore it. And there truly are ways, and I've got legislation I've already drafted that I want to bring to Heritage to show you, that would, for example, make all federal grant programs disappear. All of them. All $600 billion of federal grants would disappear in every state in the Union in 2 years, or after their next legislative session, unless the state legislature passes a law and says, yes, we want the money, and we surrender state sovereignty, we surrender control of our schools, we surrender control of our whatever state institution it is to the federal government. Now the effect of that is, once the states refuse that money, that returns power back to the states over public education, public health institutions, any other state or local agency that's receiving federal money. It would have to be a voluntary informed consent on the part of the local government or state government to take the money. There are ways to restore state sovereignty. These are complicated, difficult problems that are going to take time to resolve, but we here today, and I'm convinced that the new media, social media, all of you here today that are familiar with computer technology and the ability of this incredible new tool to open up, to shine sunlight in all dark corners of our government. I'm really convinced the next revolution lies here in this room and all the people listening out there today. And I mean it very sincerely, a real revolution through the ballot box, of course. A real revolution of information, opening up access to information to everyone in the country, and allowing people to see, as Mr. Jefferson said, the free marketplace of ideas is the best place to try all abuses. And I'm reminded finally of something I think Buckminster Fuller said, that Gutenberg made us all readers and Xerox made us all publishers. Well, the internet has now made each and every one of us media moguls in a very real sense. We are all able to retransmit information in a way that wasn't possible. Well, my focus today was a little disjointed because I wanted to cover a couple of areas. One, I wanted to talk about what I'm convinced is going to be the next revolution to regain control of the government, which is the only way that we the people are ever going to regain our freedom, ever going to get the government out of our lives, out of our way, out of our pocket, is, I think, using social media to shine sunlight in all the little dark corners of the Congress, of state government, of local government. So I talked a little bit about Mr. Jefferson's ideal vision for the American Republic, which is you are in charge of your life, your freedom, your family, your privacy, your money, your gun case, your business. Your life is your business and the government should get out of the way. And that vision really was what the founders intended, and that's why we as a country have been driven so far into debt. The government's gotten so powerful as we've drifted away from that. I talked a little bit about that. Not part of what I talked about was using social media tools and technology and techniques to shine sunlight in all the dark corners of the government, making the legislative process transparent in ways that we haven't seen before.